Hey guys, this has been the Guy 4 bringing you another episode of Let's Play Pokemon FireRed. In the previous part, we met up with Lorelei and found out what we're doing here on these islands. And in this part, we're going to set sail for 6 Island. So you may recall I said 5 Island would be worthless to us at the moment. So, we're here now on 6 Island. And anything in the Pokemon Center? And here's Blue yet again. Hey Red, how's your Pokédex filling up? Looks like it's impossible to get all the Pokemon by hanging around just these parts. Maybe there are Pokemon we don't know about somewhere far away. Well, if I can't do it, there's no way for you to get it done. I'm not going to get all desperate over this. I'll keep collecting Pokemon at my own pace while I train them. That's what I'll do, so there's no point in staying here. May as well leave for home. That's it then, smell you later. And he's off again. Yes, it tells us about Pokemon that evolve only when you trade them while holding certain items, and I've mentioned that before. You're going this way and you get to the water path, and then there are ruins beyond that, he says. If you have an empty slot in your party. Not that guy. Sorry, my bad. Is it back here? Surely there's an item back here at least. Yeah, I'll up a berry. Well, I should go into the Pokemart while I'm here, because someone in here can add to the fame checker. So we're going for being the oldest ever Elite Four member. So she tells us a little bit about Agatha. And I was actually wrong about what happens here. I'll be right back. Okay, I figured out what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to come over here to the water path, and the water path is aptly named. Not only is there a great deal of water, but also you will be fighting a lot of trainers with water types. And I am going to do everything I can to avoid as many trainers as possible, because out this way there are so many of them. And I'm already fighting a trainer. Okay, so that trainer wasn't too terribly bad, but I certainly don't want to fight a whole lot of trainers out here. So, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if south or north was actually the correct way to go to advance in what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm going to hope that it is the right way, and if it is, I'm not going the other way, because like I've already said, I want to avoid as many trainers as this game will possibly let me. What you have to do here, push that forward, down, right, up, and grab a Sunstone there. There's certain Pokemon that evolve through Sunstone usage, none of which we have right now because we don't have any Johto Pokemon, and the Sunstone was not introduced until Generation 2. But actually a Gloom can evolve into Blossom if you use a Sunstone instead of using a Leaf Stone to get Vileplume. Also, there's a Pokemon, Sunkern, that evolves into Sunflora through use of Sunstone. That is a Johto Pokemon. His name is Natu. It is a psychic flying type, and it's pretty cool. I've always liked it design-wise, but never been a particular fan of actually using it for anything. It does no teleport, so if you want to get out of it, get back to the last Pokemon Center you used quickly, you could have one and use teleport with it. But honestly, if you're looking for a Pokemon with teleport, why not get Abra and end up with an Alakazam out of it, honestly. Probably many more hikers than I'm even aware of in this area. Just hoping I can avoid most of them. I don't think that guy faces down. If that guy doesn't turn around, I'll be good. Alright. Yeah, through almost all of them. This door doesn't budge at all. Check it more thoroughly. On closer inspection, there are several dots on the door. That is Braille again, and if you paid attention to the Braille, or know Braille already, you'll know that that says cut. So, go to the Pokemon that you should have with you that knows cut, and cut down the door. And you are in the dotted hole. Doesn't appear to be anything here, so just fall down the middle. And right here, there's 2 letters. And that's actually telling you the path to go. And darn it, I forgot. Well, you gotta know Braille. Of course, what I should be doing is telling you which way to go. If you take the wrong one, you end up abandoning. But that one tells you to go up. That's 4 letters, so you know it's either left or right. You can just take a guess with how many letters. There's up, down, left, right. That's 5 letters, so you know you need to go right. That's 4 letters again. Let's see, and this time you take the bottom path, so you take each of them once. And there's another tablet here. It says, I believe, let the 2 glittering stones, one is red, one is blue, connect the past. 2 friends sharing power open a window to a new world that glows. The next world awaits you. Or something like that. It's rather long. Ah! Okay. So come down here and you find the sapphire. And then the scientist falls down right after you. I guessed right. I was right in tailing you. And he snatches the sapphire from you. And he wants to sell it to Team Rocket. And he tells you another password. It's yes, nah, chancy. I'm done. Don't think badly of me. And he runs off. So he told you he wants to sell it to Team Rocket. And he told you the other password. So there are other items out here and a lot more trainers. If you want to battle them, I don't begrudge you for it. There's lots of experience to be had. And for some of the post-game stuff, you very well may need the experience. As for me personally, though, I'm going to head over to 5 Island. There's also a side quest in 7 Island, but I will wait until I'm done to do that. This part's been going on for a bit longer than I thought, but I'll keep going. So, go the other again, and 5 Island. All aboard. By the way, the number, Sea Gallop, High Speed, whatever, that changes every single time. It's not really important at all. There's 5 Isle Meadow over here. Plenty of Pokemon to be found. Let's snatch up that item right there. But that's not actually the first thing I want to do. Do you fight me? Okay, good. I would have been really annoyed if I had gotten into a fight for talking to that guy. Someone in the corner over here. Don't worry about buying anything for dinner tonight. That's what my husband said when he went off fishing tonight. So I guess that guy fishing off to the side is her husband, and he's having trouble catching dinner for them. It's unfortunate. That guy's on his way to prepare a meal. I'm gonna question it. And she wants to know if you catch a strong Pokemon. Let's see. Okay, if you head up over this way, you can find a breeder who, if you have a Pokemon with full happiness and 5 Pokemon in your party, she'll hand you an egg for Togepi. And there's also a place over there where there are several trainers. Some of them have just really weak Pokemon, but there are a couple people who are really rich over there, and they give you a lot of money. Like, one gives you 9,800 and the other gives you 10,000, and that's without the amulet coin to double it. And there are some ruins up that way if you continue going on. But that's a side thing. There's just a lot of trainers that way, a few items. You can get a sorry, I lost my train of thought again. And you can get the Togepi egg. But there's a person there also who asks to see a Pokemon from your box. She can ask to see any Pokemon that you've seen or own. So if you haven't seen it, if you've only seen it, you'll have a bit of a problem. You have 10 minutes to get it, and you get a luxury ball the first time you show her something, a pearl the second, a big pearl the third, a star piece the fourth, and a nugget if you show all 5. And it continues to cycle in that manner. But I'm not overly interested in any of that stuff. If you want the money or those items or the Togepi, obviously you can go over there. But since the main point of this island is the rocket warehouse, I'm going to be focusing on that personally. I may do that other stuff at some point, but at the moment I just want to complete the storyline over here. So obviously I found Team Rocket Grunt, so heading off to the right here is the proper way to go towards their hideout. And now we've got a monk. As you can see, these Pokemon are quite a bit higher level than the ones we saw on the first 3 islands, but not nearly as high as the ones we saw in the Elite Four. These are actually around the same level as us. So this monk knows Acid Armor, which greatly raises its physical defense. And I don't like that, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and send out Mr. Mime to destroy this thing. Oh, I should also mention that dotted hole that I went through earlier, all it has is Zubat. You can change the Pokemon that's there if you had an e-reader and certain cards in Japan, but at this point, anyone who actually still has an e-reader, I know I do, but I've never had any of those cards, so I'll only ever find Zubat there, and that's probably true for a lot of other people too. So, unfortunately, you know, probably won't be able to do much about that. So, there are a few more trainers over here, and I'm going to intentionally fight all of the Rocky Grunts, but the other trainers I'm going to try and avoid like as much as I possibly can. Fortunately, she has a Gloom, which will be easy experience for Kathleen. After that, even after that Intimidate, should be able to. No, because I wasn't able to take it out with one. And they're going to use Sleep Powder, so I'm going to do my usual thing of just going into my bag and using the Poke Flute. I mean, it saves you using any item to actually heal the sleep. You can do it as many times as you want, as long as they keep putting you to sleep. The Poke Flute never gets used up because it's a key item. Actually, there are other flutes that never get used up, but the Poke Flute is the big one that you actually have to get to complete the game anyway. I've been recording for 5 hours straight. No breaks. This is still the very same recording session as when I left Blaine's gym and first spoke to Bill about the islands. So I've been going for quite a long time now. So basically what this gloom is going to do is put you to sleep, and by that point you should have damaged it at least a little bit. So then it's going to use Moonlight to get its health back, which is actually not as good a move in this game as it is in games that have time involved, because Moonlight heals more damage at night, and this game doesn't have an internal clock, so Moonlight is really kind of worthless. I think Synthesis, which heals more during the day, I think that default heals more in this game. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure. And it did about half, but of course I'm getting put to sleep yet again. Can't believe this. This is taking a really long time to be the trainer whose Pokemon are weak against mine and even a little bit lower leveled. I mean, that's basically what Moonlight is for stalling. It's highly unlikely, unless you're a lot of levels higher, it's not going to... Moonlight is never going to be enough for you to win. You have to be able to heal off that damage and then proceed to take out the other Pokemon for it to be worth it. And Sleep Powder is hitting basically every time, so despite its not great accuracy, it's what, 70% maybe? And I don't think it's missed with either of the two Glooms that I've been fighting. The only time I finally managed to finish off the other one is because it used Moonlight twice in a row, rather than putting me back to sleep. Since Swing Attack does more than one Moonlight heals, I was finally able to take the damn thing out. Alright. Finally. And here's another rocket grunt. Something passed here except our warehouse, so what brings you here? Really? Your warehouse? Is that really something you should be telling me, buddy? I should mention, if you don't come over this way, but instead, oh, there's Memento. That makes your attack harshly fall. Attack and special attack harshly fall when the Pokemon faints. But anyway, if you go on the water instead of coming over here, initially, you'll find a bunch more trainers. If you have a lemonade with you, as you probably should, because they're a lot more worthwhile for your money than anything else, and you probably don't have a bunch of Pokemon with over 200 HP, so having only Hyper Potions is basically a waste. But if you place a lemonade over there, a guy will be really happy and it'll give you a TM42 facade. There's also a metal coat next to that same statue, and if you put it on Onyx or Scyther and trade them, they'll reach their evolved forms. And there's also there's actually a PP up very close to where I am. I didn't find it. Oh, that was a nasty sneeze. It's really annoying. Anyway, let's do a full heal to get that poison going. And then go ahead and use one of my lemonades. Hopefully you have a spare one if you want that TM. I might grab it after the warehouse. So, if you have the 2 passwords you can enter. Goldine, need log, and yes, not chance the air palindromes, which is kinda cool. And now you're in the rocket warehouse, where we have, once again, arrow pads, and this is insane. You can come up here to see which arrows take you which direction. This one takes you up here to an upgrade, which if you trade while a Porygon is holding that, it will evolve to Porygon 2. And this person, obviously they're selling Pokemon here, because that person said that my Pokemon looked strong and they assumed that I wanted to sell them. And of course I don't want to sell my Pokemon, because I have a bond of love and trust with them, otherwise I never could have become the Pokemon League champion. Anyway. But it is true that I do not want to sell my Pokemon to them, and I do genuinely kind of care about them. So... plus Team Rocket would never let me join them, so they have to pay. Remember way back on Nugget Bridge, north of Cerulean City, the guy at the end was a recruit for Team Rocket and he wouldn't let me join them? It's just so terrible. I kept saying yes, but he didn't seem to understand me. But I guess I am a bit too strong for their standards. They seem to have pretty low entry requirements. So if you come over here and follow some of these arrows, this one will take you over here, and you can find another grunt. It's not exactly what I want to do. I want to come over here and get this item. It's a big pearl. You can sell that for a lot of money. And I think if you come... I'm not really sure how you get to that item. Oh, I see. Will that do it? No. I see how I would get there, but I don't actually see how to do it. That was a mistake. Yeah, these panels really do confuse me, unfortunately, and I really wish they didn't. Makes me feel stupid. I do not like feeling stupid. Oh, there we go. Well, that's not... yeah, that's the way I saw. So if you carefully come around here, you can get a pearl, and then just continue on as before. Come back over this way. That was not correct. Yeah, I don't like these panels. Is it the one on the left then? Yes. And I could come up to... actually, I think I do have to fight that guy. He's looking at me. Oh, no, I don't. Darn it! Why did I do that? I have to get past this trainer to continue on. That's not the right way either. I have to actually go up to the top path and then come down. Wow, I'm really screwing this up. Honestly, it's... one problem I will admit doing this with the Game Boy player is I'm of course using a control stick instead of a directional pad. And sometimes I just push it a little bit too far, and that ruins everything. So I'll just wait for this guy to see me. It's not a big deal. Too bad I'm not using Kathleen anymore. This guy starts off with Machamp. but Blue is more than capable of taking out Machops, especially with Flamethrower. Though they probably all have the Guts ability, so I hope I actually take them out and don't just burn them or anything. And now he upgrades a little bit of Machoke, which might not fall in one hit. Ah, very, very close. So I believe Submission has recoil damage, so that will finish himself off. Anyway, if you somehow manage to get your way around that grunt, I don't know how exactly you do that.
Not sure exactly how you around this guy. I don't think the bottom has it, do I? I have no idea where I'm going. I don't know how you around one. Do I have to go all the way back to the beginning and then start over, or what? So that just takes you down. This one takes you down and all the way to the left. That takes you down and to the left. The top two take you right back over here. I guess I'll come back over now, because that just leads you straight back down. So you get out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Should have figured this out before I came here. Let's see. Recently though, this is genuinely frustrating to me. Let's see. Oh, I see now. That was actually pretty obvious. Just be very, very, very careful.
Come here and you can get a TM for Sludge Bomb. And then take either of those two arrows going down. Yeah, I know your boss, Giovanni. I beat him a bunch of times, and then he said, oh well, I can't beat you, and if I can't beat you, then Team Rocket can never be successful, so I'm going to go train myself. And now he's underneath the waterfall in Johto, and that's a whole other story, though. I'll get to that if I end up LPing the future games. But as of this moment, I haven't thought that far ahead. I may do it, I may not. Okay. So that finishes off that trainer. And I know it's coming up. Don't you dare laugh. Ha 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 ha. So, he's upset because I'm messing in the affairs of adults. And whatever, I don't care. I'm better than all of them anyway. I didn't actually read all of that, but I'm just going to assume these past Catherine. I think by like two experience or something. So, here's a rocketed Min, and she says she puts her faith in Giovanni, and though she isn't, it just says Team Rocketed Min, she and the other administrator actually do have a name. They just hadn't thought of their names yet in this game. But in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you do encounter actually 4 Rocket Administrators, and this one is Ariana, one of the co-leaders of Team Rocket without Giovanni. But anyway, let's see if I can take him out real quick here. Muck is actually probably going to be the most difficult of her Pokemon to take out. Especially if she ends up using a Hyper Potion. I wasn't really expecting that at all. If I actually still had Hydro Pump instead of Waterfall, I'd be using that now. Ow. That'll be super effective. And it'll drop my speed. This is really kind of annoying. And the critical hit finally allowed me to take it out. Next Pokemon is just going to use this Vileplume. And I'm going to just go ahead and leave Shiva in. I'm hoping it doesn't have a really strong grass type move, and I'm just going to use Ice Beam. And it does no Giga Drain, which is kind of what I was afraid of. What makes it worse is that it does enough damage to me that unless I do a lot more damage with Ice Beam, it would be able to continually heal itself. I think I'll actually be fine though. It should survive another Giga Drain, and I don't think it'll give it enough back to do much about it. Damn it. I am slower than it. I won't forget this. Almost every Pokemon here is weak to Mr. Mime. Like almost every Pokemon from here on out, the exception of one guy. Anyway, I'll just take this thing out with a Psychic. Yeah, she actually does have good levels on all of her Pokemon. Unlike some of the other people we fought. And her last Pokemon is an Arbok. And just like all the other Arboks I fought with Mr. Mime, once all the animations here are over, just gonna use Psychic and hopefully that will take it out. This episode is getting kind of long, but it's more or less the finale of the post-game storyline. So, everything after this will just be a bonus. She understands that we're doing stuff to our morals. So if you want to leave and heal up and all that kind of good stuff, you can do that at this time. I'm not going to, though. Can play the Poké Flute, and I think it still wakes up my Lapras. Yes. So talk to this guy, and he's tired of you playing the hero and lies of Team Rocket disbanding, even though it's not a lie. And this guy's name is Archer. He's when you face Team Rocket in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I suppose Gold, Silver, and Crystal too. He is the very last trainer you fight of Team Rocket, indicating that he is not only the strongest, but technically the leader. Anyway, he's gonna Hyper Potion up, naturally, and I'm going to continue to use Ice Beam until he decides that he's ready to lose. Or until I get a critical hit, I guess that works too. He's got two more Pokemon. One is a Weezing, which I'll go ahead and stay out for, since its special defense is so much lower than its physical defense. I should be able to take it out with a Surf or two if I'm lucky. Doesn't look like it. And this Weezing is one of those random ones that happens to know Thunderbolt. So that is unfortunate for me. It's going to make the rest of this battle a great deal more difficult. And I'll hit his Weezing back with my own Thunderbolt, and that has stab damage on it. And it is powerful enough to take it out. Now I was hoping Shiva would still be alive for this next Pokemon, but I wasn't so lucky. This is Houndoom, the evolved form of the Houndour we fought earlier. And though I didn't mention it, it is a dark fire type, which is pretty freaking cool, actually. I've never used Houndour or Houndoom at great length, but I have caught them before. They're actually some of the few Pokemon in the Generation 2 games that are Johto Pokemon that you can only find in Kanto. They're actually the route directly west of Saffron City is where you find them in that game. And even then only at night because they're dark type. The other Pokemon is Murkrow, by the way, which is a dark flying type that we will not be encountering. So he hit me with a flamethrower, and that was enough to take me out, unfortunately. And now I'll just send in Blue and use Strength, and that should take it out. Indeed. And so he realizes that you have Giovanni's badge, and finally understands that Team Rocket has been disbanded. And now his plan is to find and contact Giovanni in some way and get him to come back. So this battle is not actually all that difficult, but this is the guy who stole the Sapphire from you. And with any luck at all, I'll be able to take out this Pokemon before he takes me out. They're a little bit lower level than the admins. And I was fortunate the flamethrower was enough to take that one out. I'm a little bit more worried about the Electrode. I'm actually going to send out Anton to take care of it. Because two of his remaining Pokemon, I definitely feel like I need Blue to take care of. So I'll get Toxic before he tries to do any shenanigans with Double Team or anything like that. That will continually deal more damage to him after each turn, eventually taking him out even if he's at full health when it does. That's the beauty of Toxic, its damage keeps increasing until it will take you out. You have to heal it or switch out to reset the damage counter. But it doesn't look like the Toxic will even be the thing that finishes him off. I don't think that critical hit mattered at all. And now he's going to send in Porygon, which I guess I'll leave Anton in for that one, because that's not one of the Pokemon that I was worried about. Now, Porygon has the Trace ability, which allows him to use the same ability as you have. Allows him to gain the same effects from it. Tri-Attack is kind of his signature move. You see Fire, Lightning, and Ice, but it's actually a normal type move. But I think it can burn, paralyze, or freeze you. If I'm wrong about that, there will be some text on the screen to mention that. It does have Psybeam, and its other two moves are probably any of its varieties of conversion that allow it to change its type. Yes, conversion changes it, I think, into a move that's maybe into a type that's super effective against one of your types, maybe. Yeah, that was the type of the move that they last used. Either of those would explain why it became a psychic type. But now he's going to send out Magnemite. And as you may recall, Magnemite, though a electric type for the first generation, in all subsequent generations became a steel electric type. And therefore, my fire is super effective against them. So would Rock Smash. Fighting would also be super effective. Unfortunately, I don't have a ground type that would deal 4 times damage, but quite clearly, Flamethrower is more than enough to take care of them. And since he's not being able to sell it, he now finds it completely worthless and will hand it back over to us. And we can just exit the warehouse through that way. And now that we require got back the other gem, it would be wise of us to return to Celio. I'll heal up after all of this on off screen. We all actually, I accidentally told him to take me to Vermilion, didn't I? Yes, and I want to go to one island. So go talk to Celio. And he hand over the sapphire. And he's very happy, of course. And he puts it in. And the reason he did all this, he linked up with Lynette. And if you've played Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, you know that Lynette was the person who created the Hoenn box, similar to how Bill did in Kanto. So now you are allowed to link with those regions. What you can also do with Celio, now that you've done all that, if you talk to him a few times, he will tell you interesting facts about Bill. So he tells you that Bill loves every kind of Pokemon. His first one was an Abra, and his hometown is Goldenrod. And he'll tell you one more piece of information about Bill. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking to him until I get this, but officially giving that sapphire to Celio is the end of the story of this game. So at this point I have completed the entire story, so technically this is the finale of Pokemon FireRed. However, there is much more that I can still do. If you've played Red, Blue, and Yellow, you may remember the Unknown Dungeon. It is in this game it is called Cerulean Cave, but it's still the basically the same thing. And at the end is Mewtwo. You can also rematch the Elite Four now. They will have higher level Pokemon. They're basically between level 64 and 75. So it's a huge, and I just got that, there's a huge level jump there. When you beat the Elite Four for the first time, one of the legendary beasts of the Johto region is unleashed to roam about. Since I chose Charmander, it was Suicune for me. If you choose Bulbasaur, it'll be Entei. If you chose Squirtle, it'll be Raikou. And that is a Pokemon that, since it runs around the world, and can be basically found on any route, and will run away given the opportunity, you may want to use your Master Ball on that. There's also still 7 Island. There are things that I can do there that I just haven't done yet. Beyond that, there might be one other thing that I'd like to show at some point, but I actually have to start over the game to do that. I can't go to 8 or 9 Island because those are Nintendo event exclusive islands. But 8 Island had Ho-Oh and Lugia, and 9 Island had Deoxys. But there's quite a few things I can do on 7 Island, so I'll probably show off several of those. And apart from that, that's just about everything in the game. So those will be coming along the way, eventually, along with Fame Checker. But for now, that's going to be the end of FireRed. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this game as much as I have, and I guess I will see you guys in the next LP.